Today I'm going to review The Howling.
Somewhere in this city, in this human jungle, it begins.
The Howling came out in 1981 and was directed by Joe Dante, and it's based on the 1977 novel by Gary Brandner. However, there's differences between the novel and the film. The film runs 91 minutes and cost $1.5 million. However, it was a moderate success and made $17.9 million back. The film's highly regarded because of the Rob Bottin makeup effects. And strangely enough, 1981 also had a film called An American Werewolf in London that came out just after this film. And another werewolf film that year was called Wolfen. With The Howling being a success, 7 sequels were made so far. And oddly enough, Christopher Lee's in part 2. There's even a remake in development for Netflix. The Howling has lots of character actors in the film with lots of in-jokes. And the characters' names in the film are named after great horror directors who've also made a werewolf film. Because of lack of budget, they had to use animation in a scene where 2 werewolves are having sex. Pino Donaggio composed the film score. The film stars Dee Wallace as Karen White, Patrick Macnee as Dr. George Wagner, Dennis Dugan as Chris Halloran, Robert Picardo as Eddie, Belinda Balaski as Terry Fisher, and John Carradine as Earl Kenton. So the plot of this film is about this reporter who works on a TV news station, and she's tracking down this rapist to meet, and he actually corners her in this room, attacks her. Turns out later that he was a bloody werewolf, and she has this nervous breakdown, and she's talking to a psychiatrist who suggests she goes to this resort place to recuperate, her and her husband. However, the people in the resort are all werewolves. And this film has loads of in-jokes. I love the idea of having all the characters named after horror directors. So there's someone called Terry Fisher instead of Terence Fisher. Brilliant idea. Forrest J. Ackerman pops up in a bookshop. He has the famous Monsters of Filmland holding it up. You even see Roger Corman outside a phone box. So there's all these little in-jokes in this film that a lot of horror fans will pick up on. However, this film's mostly famous for the special effects. They are outstanding. I like to see females turn into werewolves. I like to see the fannies get hairier. It's alright though. Them bloody 2 buggers are always taking the piss. They can piss off. It's on the par with the effects in American Werewolf in London. I love practical effects instead of CGI effects. In this film, there's good close-ups of the effects as well. You see the faces bulging, like they used air bladders under the makeup to make the faces swell up. So I thought, oh, that was brilliant. So the effects are the selling point of this film. The film's not without its faults though. The first half of the film's quite slow actually. I bloody fell asleep halfway through the bugger. I woke up during the bloody werewolf transformation scene. Nearly bloody shit myself. It takes a while for it to pick up. Once you see like the werewolf transformations, sort of like the last half of the film's pretty exciting. But the first half is quite slow and it'll put a lot of fans off. However, it is worth it if you stick with the film. Patrick Macnee is brilliant in this film. He's one of the best characters.
We've all heard people talk about animal magnetism, the natural man, the noble savage. As if we'd lost something valuable.
Hey, Phil! That stayed out of the Avengers. Yes, he was Bourne's The Avengers. He was also in the New Adventures. I also like the film score. That's quite good. And also the location work is beautiful. When you see the resort and the horizon on the cliffs, it looks beautiful.
It's a place where you can recharge your batteries. It'll enable you to try and get back to what you really are.
What goes on up there?
Well, seminars, some group therapy. It's very low-key. It'll be a good place to try and tackle this amnesia thing.
The part of the film where they ran out of budget, they used a bit of a cartoon to show two werewolves having sex. That does look pretty bad when you re-watch it. Fancy having part of the bloody film as a cartoon. I expected fucking Tom and Jerry to pop up. And it's amazing they got Christopher Lee for part 2. It must have been a bit skint that year. So out of the two major werewolf films that came out this year, American Werewolf in London and The Howling, which one do I think's the best? I'd definitely say An American Werewolf in London's the better film. I used to rate this film quite highly, but re-watching it does look quite dated now, and it is slow moving. However, I'm still impressed with the special effects. It's also fun to see John Carradine in this film. He's quite funny. So out of 10, I think I'd give this one 9. 9 out of 10. But I do think Gunn's good film, Phil. But American Werewolf in London's the best werewolf film. Okay, everybody, bye. See you next time. Like, subscribe and share. Bye.
Steak on for me, will you? And a hamburger for the lady.
How do you want that?
How you want it, honey?
Rare.